Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, the lunatic angel, your soon-to-be streamer who doesn't stream. I have 4.3k videos. So first, let's look through the various playlists that I've made. By the way, I've been making some AI pictures of my OC, which we'll see a bit more. I won't go to the posts, at least a few of them anyway. By the way, this one right here, it's the main one I suggest looking at if you want like the 10 main pictures. These 10 videos are all pretty short. They'll just show a picture. Lunar D8, the lunatic angel. I have like 600 playlists here though. You should be able to read the titles of the playlists yourselves. If you see any playlists that you think look interesting, feel free to type it in the comments and put a timestamp with it as far as when you see it in the video. Or if you have questions about any of this. But I am expecting all of you to be actively trying to read the words there for each and every one of these playlists, as well as looking at the thumbnail for the video. That is the video number 1, because whatever is the thumbnail for video number 1 of a playlist is the one you're seeing for the overall playlist. But there's easily over 600 playlists. I think I last counted when it was like 580 something. I don't know. I don't know if you're new to the channel. Maybe you should click on this playlist. Let me know if any of these titles for any of these playlists look interesting to you, or if any of the pictures for each of these playlists seems interesting. made quite a few playlists, and in several of them I've shared with other videos that I've seen other people post on YouTube that I was like, hey guys, this is something interesting. I think it's worth sharing with the rest of the class. I'm really tired though. You know, if you're probably watching this on a phone, you probably can't read these playlists very well. Then again, you could just, TV or a computer, or, go to my channel and just scroll through this yourself. This picture here, this woman, just saying boobs. This is a cool video. Everyone's like, Lunar, why aren't you reading all the titles? Well, I mean, I could say I'd be out of breath trying to read all these titles, but I'm not reading all these titles and I'm already out of breath. Also, I don't know, from what you guys hear me say in videos, like, the ones where I'm not about to fall asleep, do I have autism or ADHD? Does it matter? Pretty sure I have borderline personality disorder and severe depression, but I don't know if that's noticeable in the videos. I don't think this video counts because I'm just really tired. Being sleepy doesn't count as being sad or having low, I don't know. I considered driving out to like a mall or something today. I really just didn't feel like it, plus I really don't have the money to afford anything. But even if I did, I don't really feel like going anywhere. But as you guys can tell, I've made a couple playlists, and as I've said, I've I currently have 4,300 videos on my channel. This is like Coffin of Andy and Lily, except it's a little more violent. Hey, look. An early attempt. By the way, I was wondering if anyone would actually know what this is from. But technically, people would have to look at my videos to begin with to even try to guess what this is. But it's a really zoomed in close up of a GIF of Shy Lily. She's an orca. Maybe I should return to this at some point. Scarlet Hollow is supposed to get a finale to that at some point. Trepang is a good game. My computer just can't really handle it. Heck, it would be interesting to try to return to Shadow of War, but, well, I'm not nearly as entertaining as a certain bald British dude. That and my computer really can't handle it. It's funny, this laptop is the most advanced, most powerful computer I've ever owned. It is also a potato. But it's the best potato I've ever had. I appreciate this laptop. I'm very grateful for it. I was considering, I only did one video of Steins Gate pretty much. I was considering actually getting the new Steins Gate reboot, but that's really expensive. Though I will watch someone else let's play the reboot when it comes out. I was considering getting that Sephira game. It's like a roguelike thing, kind of like Binding of Isaac. It's okay. It's got bunny cats and stuff. It doesn't look bad. It's not too expensive, but I decided to get a game called No Fox Season, which is like a short visual novel psychological horror game where you adopt a fox girl. I also bought DLC for a hentai game called Femboy Fuda House. Heck, my wish list has 1,000 hentai games that I'll never buy. Not because I'm suddenly above buying them, but because I can't fucking afford them. So, then you only need so much hentai, am I right? Though at this point I feel like I need Red Bull more than anything else. It's August 9th, by the way. What do you guys think about all these playlists? I don't know. If you could, let me know in the comments what your general opinion about. I have 4.3k videos, 4,300 videos, probably close to 700 playlists, and well, a lot of these might have titles that you find interesting, or maybe a picture that jumps out at you or something. I mean, you also have this guy talking over this that's very sleepy and boring. But, it's welcome to the Listen to Depressed Guy Talk channel, I guess. Oh, this game you play as a femboy. I have a lot of games that I could probably come back to at some point. I still think the 1997 Odyssey starring Armand Desante is good. So, people in internet land, what are your thoughts on me having this many playlists? Just the sheer quantity. I still would have liked to do more Shadow War, but I'm not even sure if I can re-download that game without my computer bursting into fire. Let alone if I do record a video, it's just going to be a PowerPoint presentation. Like, it's just going to be like 2 frames per minute. Which also makes it a little harder for me to play the game. Plus, there's lots of people that do a much more entertaining job of playing it than me, and also, I mean, like, I'd be like, what, recording half-hour segments? Because there's no way my computer could handle the file size for if I were to just sit and play the game. But, yeah, this is the Lunar Topography video. I'm gonna go to sleep after this. I'll wake up and probably do Lunar Discography, which will take a while. I do agree with this video. Serge Tonkian is an infinitely better singer than I am. I try to sing a lot of System of a Down. We're probably getting close to the end of the videos. I don't know. Playlists anyway. Knuckles. Bought these new pizza roll things that were at Walmart. I cooked those and I ate those. They're not settling very well in my stomach. I'm not feeling the greatest in more than one way. How do you guys feel that I have a private playlist music that is publicly available? Ghost Saving Skeleton. Like I said, as always, I added other stuff into this, but yeah, I tried unlocking the Forgotten with the Lost. It's also Quietly Cussing, which is a different playlist. That's me just coming back and trying to play a lot of Lost. Every time I played Curved Space, I wound up getting COVID. I don't know. It's a good game. It's not at all just ironic. I don't know if that's... I still think Judgment from Helltaker. She's nice. She has a pretty face and she has really giant titties. What do you guys think of Sonic Spinball? These perfect apocalypses are good, I guess. I liked them. What do you guys think about the thumbnail for the video? Yay, we made it to the bottom. Enter the gungeon. Yeah, I definitely don't feel the best. But yeah. 4.3 thousand videos. 4,300 videos. made some live streams at one point in the past. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon. It's you and me. I know it's I do just like how blurry these pictures are. But yeah, that's one thing I do wonder, like, how am I supposed to date someone when I can't even afford walls? Oh. Well, fuck. Well, I don't feel like restarting the video. Everyone's like, what is it now, Lunar? Well, I just noticed. I resized the video capture to try to zoom it in a little bit. Not a ton, mind you. But enough that the edges of the capture would be at the edges of the window to make it just a tiny bit bigger and easier to read. But and you wouldn't have to deal with this top area being distracting. You know, the top, this would be at the very top, but even when I resized it in the window, I didn't. You have to close OBS and then reopen it for that to take, and I forgot to do that. Well, it is what it is, guys. Not gonna bother clicking on everything like that. But yeah. I also occasionally have videos that I've shared. Just like, again, it's like, hey guys, look at this. That's cool. And of course, you guys could always, just click on my posts. And you guys could scroll through. Yeah, I like this picture of me quite a bit. Can I... Again, I keep looking at the left side where I got it zoomed in. Which, on that picture of it, on the video, at least on the other sized screen, the picture of Lunar is taking up the whole thing from top to bottom, but on the one that's actually capturing, you have to deal with seeing the fucking URL and tabs and stuff. But I don't feel like scrolling through everything again. So Let's go into playlists real quick. That's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. We'll just watch this playlist. It's like very short videos. Anyone else feel like there's way too many fucking ads on YouTube? Thankfully, for the most part, you don't have to deal with very many ads on my channel at the moment. Not that I'm ever going to be monetized, but I know that if I get any videos that get any amount of decent views, YouTube will put ads on them. It's just, I will never get paid for those ads. So yeah, I'm just some crazy guy on the internet. This is a place for me to talk without a filter. That being said, I have never been monetized. I never will be monetized. I have never made a single cent from this channel. I will never make a single cent from this channel. I will never have super chats, or merchandise, or sponsors, or ad revenue. I will never make a single cent from this channel. You know, honestly, I could really fucking use it. I have enough money to pay rent and occasionally get, junk food. Yeah, I know, not the healthiest thing in the world for me. Like, hey, Lunar, you want to get more in shape, but then you get a cheeseburger, or pizza rolls, or a Red Bull. I do like me some Pepsi. But yeah, while I am still continuing to use Grok to make more neat little pictures of my OC, the original character, Lunar. This is Lunar D8, but chibi. But yeah, I am Lunar D8, the lunatic angel. Lunar D8, the lunatic angel. I do like this picture the most, though. I like this one the best. So yeah, I like this picture the best. But I'm still like using Grok to make more pictures here and there. But yeah, you guys will see those at some point. Still have a few more that I have made that I haven't used for thumbnails yet. And like I said, this lunar topography bit will be what you guys have seen so far, and also scroll through the community posts. Beyond that, also make a video called Discography, which will be me scrolling through all 4,300 videos. But at least at that point I will have closed and reopened OBS, so this resizing thing should be better, I guess. Plus, at least the videos thing, it lets me be zoomed in better. Okay. Neat. But, so, that'll be better, so you guys get to see my video recommendations. You guys ever listen to Infected Mushroom? It's a good band. Just click here. Does anyone actually like the mini player? Okay, can we zoom back in, please? Thank you. That works, I guess. OBS is still not sized appropriately for that. Anyway, we're gonna scroll through this. Honestly, though, if you actually want to read any of these things, I recommend just... And I will say this. It looks blurry on my end, but I know that if I open this stuff, On my phone, the picture's clear, and I don't think you can look at community posts on a laptop, on a TV. But on the laptop, you can see it. This picture's blurry. Plus, the way the sizing thing is for the little previews. Like, I'll show you with this. Like, see where that cuts off, and then you see, like, there's significantly more picture. But this way, looking at it, it's kind of blurry. So, yeah, if you want to actually see it clearly, it seems that viewing it on phone actually gives you the full and clearest view of the picture. That's weird. It'd be harder to read the words, but you can see the pictures better, and they're sized more appropriately. Yeah, you can be a cat boy and an angel. Again, like I said, I like that picture the best. I made pictures of Yanni and Echo. And again, click on the actual picture on the community posts, and like I said, that picture I think goes down to like her thighs, and you get to see her cat ears, but the way the preview things is set up in community posts, it cuts off parts of it. But I made pictures of Yanni and Echo from Chain Smoking Cat Girl. That's Peace. She's from a DLC for Lunar, which I didn't even play that DLC. Damn it. Now we gotta scroll back down. But yeah, like this is an AI generated picture right there. And like I said, a lot of these have this picture. I really recommend seeing the full picture. Her thighs are really nice. I really did like how these pictures came out. And again, go to the community posts and click on these actual pictures to see the full image and to see it more clearly than what I'm currently showing, because trying to show it any more than this would take forever, and I want to go to sleep. So tired. It's not loading anymore. Why are you not loading more? It's because I'm zoomed in. Let's refresh. Did I already use up too much memory? Because I know it's technically different. There's a storage space on the laptop, and there's active processing, because you only load so much at a time before it's like, yep, you can't go any further. I made posts, actually several posts, about Homelander here. And occasionally I'll share a video that's the person I tried sharing content about, like got their shit deleted, which sucks. You guys ever hear Gray Still Plays? Boobs. More stuff about Homelander. For anyone that's into Umineko, Leon, Cannon, Sayo, Beatrice, Shannon. This is my take on Sapar and Fur. Your choice which one's which. I made an apology video once. It's just me trying to sing a cover of a song by Bobaflex. I feel like this video is very important. I feel like I would really recommend people read this and watch that video. I like this picture. It's supposed to be Sayo Yasuda, but a different take on it. Same with this. This is also Sayo Yasuda from Umineko. Then again, in one of my videos I made a thumbnail where I made an AI picture of Teppei from Higurashi selling refrigerators. I love refrigerators. I think Rika is like shoved in her fridge. Oh yeah, this thing I suggested, like the Mortal Kombat movie, remake all the anime characters from DBZ. But like I made a lot of thumbnails like this. I really liked them. I liked that art style. I was going for with that. This is a great soundtrack. Anyone ever watched The Passion of the Christ? The Odyssey movie? But yeah, like this video, like this post right here says, you all already know what I'm about by now. Do I still need to say my intro anymore? But it's sort of like, here's a picture of Battler Ushiromi from Mineko, but sort of like I'm so tired. I actually made an AI picture of this at some point. It's very different, but I like this one a lot better. But this is the original that I found on Google. It's really nice. Anyone remember the movie Fight Club? Kurumi Kuruso. When antennas scream. But yeah, what do you guys think about the art style I was going for with this? I know a lot of people would criticize it because it's AI. Don't be wrong, I really do think it's great when people hand draw stuff, but if it wasn't for AI, this picture wouldn't exist, and I really like this picture. If you have the chance, I recommend, scrolling through my community posts and seeing the full-size, non-blurry version of this picture yourselves. This is a AI edit of Leon Ushiromiya, but I kind of made him the idea of trying to personify me a little bit, so I was like, hey guys, is Lunar Ushiromiya a cute guy? And that's the thing, I kind of represent myself as a cute twink on the internet. I, however, look like Lavos from Chrono Trigger. So, I mean, I understand I'm basically fucking Mimikyu. Here's one idea for how to represent myself on the internet. Here's like a Mimikyu over here, but yeah, I fully understand that I'm ugly as fuck. So, then again, I don't remember what a hug feels like. I like these songs. Yeah, basically how I represent myself on the internet. Before I finalized an idea of, what was Lunatic Angel going to look like, which, you guys saw that earlier, but yeah. Then again, I was like, hey guys, I'm Noichi, the elven, or, Illumi Zoldyck, or Ramada Amamura. It's Battler, but yeah, in a different art style. And like I said, at one point I was like, hey, representing myself as like a pink-haired cat boy, like with basically, even though honestly, yeah, every bit of this setup is much more advanced than mine. Like I only have a potato laptop that I put on a metal folding chair on top of my bed. I don't even have a desk. I don't have like I sit on a metal folding chair in front of my bed with my laptop on top of another metal folding chair. Like I and my microphone is either something I hold or attached to, like the current microphone I'm using is it's attached to the headset, which is years old, and the other microphone is a microphone that I have to actually physically hold. Here's another idea as far as how to represent my character. This is back for the melancholy videos. Here's a picture of Illumi Zoldyck that I really like, which I also sort of pseudo use as a representation of what, I'm trying to represent myself to look like. Same as this. Like here's various pictures of, like I'm, like, hey guys, this is what I look like. This is what I look like. This is what I look like. Then again, I made a video once called Face Reveal, so it's basically acknowledging the fact that yeah, I don't look like this. I honestly, if I ever made a live stream without the face mask, anybody that would be a viewer of mine would probably vomit in their mouths. But to be fair, I'd have to have viewers first. So, at that point, no one's going to really care about watching enough to tell how fucking ugly I am when there's really nothing interesting about me to begin with, and you have to deal about listening to my voice. Yeah, like I said, that one gray, white haired streamer picture that I made with AI was sort of a take on these sort of pictures. There's this one and this one in particular, particularly on this one. It's animated, by the way. It's a GIF that's taken from a video I made. It was a joke about, would Twitch have a problem if I had a VTuber model that my cock had jiggle physics? I know we've generally been avoiding clicking on the video things, but it's the one I'm using for the thumbnail. But yeah, being bisexual means you don't care about the person's gender and just care about one, do I find them attractive? 2, do they find me attractive? 3, do I enjoy spending time with them? 4, do they give me respect and affection? 5, do I trust them and feel safe with them? 6, are they kind and loyal to me? In general, it's like, when it comes right down to this, I don't really give a fuck about gender. It's just when it comes right down to it, I want someone I find attractive, who finds me attractive, someone who genuinely loves and cares about me, and, I don't know, treats me with basic human fucking decency. Someone who actually cares about me, someone who actually loves and accepts me. But at the same time, I kind of feel like that's something that won't exist for me of either gender. Then again, I work a full-time job, I tend to be antisocial, and I just generally feel depressed. And it's like, on the one hand, I'm like, okay, you're lonely, but it's like part of it's yes, horniness and sex and stuff, but a lot of that's, desire for intimacy and, actual human, you know, someone you feel actually safe with and cared about by. Like, don't get me wrong, whoever I date, I'd want it to be someone I find attractive, and of course, I want whoever I'm with to find me attractive. But of course, that's in of itself the biggest disqualifier. But I mean, at the end of the day, what are the main things I'm looking for in a partner? Aside from the physical attraction stuff, generally someone who's not fucking abusive. I mean, I have a 3-inch scar on my right arm to remember my last Christmas being married to my ex-wife by. I'm just sort of generally used to everyone treating me like shit. Which I don't like, but I don't feel like I have any fucking choice in the matter. So, I don't know. Like I said, the biggest thing with a relationship would be someone who actually fucking cares about me and, won't like fucking commit domestic violence. This is Noichi, I was saying earlier. It's a elven archer character. It's also a cute twink. One, I find this character attractive. Two, I'm also trying to represent myself as this character. Same as this black and white manga picture of Ramada Amamura. It's supposed to be a remaster of Mega Man Legends at some point. You guys ever hear of Kirsha Verstal? She's cool. But yeah, I've shared a shit ton of videos in my community posts. Just general, like, hey guys, like there's Anton Daniels. He makes some interesting videos. Man reacts. Psy gentleman. But I'm like, hey guys, look at this. Check it out. I think it's interesting. I liked making this video. I talk about different genres of anime. I I think it's good. I mean, in general, I feel like my videos kind of suck. But that's just me being me, I guess. But I've shared so many videos in my community posts. Plus, I've made lots of community posts, and there are several of them where I made like such long essays in the post description that I had like copy and paste it into pieces into like multiple comments because it was like exceeding how long comments could be. I had to burp, by the way. Remember Slayers, the anime? I like that. I do dislike when I share a video and the video isn't there anymore. I'm like, I shared it because I wanted people to see it. But now it's not there anymore. Now people can't see it anymore. I guess it probably matters much more to the people who made the video, which I... Ooh, this is a really good one. This one, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Eyes TV. 5 Things You Missed, Overlord. Season 1. I recommend this. It's a good video. Occasionally I talked about my mom a bit. I love my mom very, very much. Again, This video that I shared was very relevant to what I was saying here. But basically, I was just sort of complaining about how much I miss my son that I'm alienated from. It'd be nice if it at least still listed what the video was and who it was by, even if it wasn't publicly available anymore. Makes it hard to have a commentary with you guys. You know, if the video, like, hey, I'm giving commentary about and I'm expecting you guys to read my commentary and watch the video and let me know what you think if, you know, the video I was trying to share with you. This, you guys know the song NIB by Black Sabbath? I don't remember what this video is. What? Alright, it's me getting jump scared. Right. This is a VTuber dog girl. I got... Ah, fuck! You I'm actually shaking a little bit. I got jump scared by the most adorable, cute person in the world. Yeah. Okay, so these will be those things. This is a good video. I really recommend this. Here's the channel. Lucidity, where I went through and walked around VR chat worlds by myself. Apparently that thing's meant to be used for like social things, and StarCraft's good OST. Oh, AMB Hell's great. But I made thousands and thousands and thousands of these community posts. We're not going to scroll through all of them because that would take forever. But you guys are welcome to. Honestly, I feel like I'd run out of the memory on my computer. I still say Goku and Mayuri Kurochiki are the same person. I like the band. I've seen Disturbed in concert twice. I've seen System of a Down in concert back like 2004. It does kind of suck. I mean, it makes it hard to have a commentary like you guys. Like, I make a comment about a video and like I want to have a cut discussion with you guys about it. But one, it makes it hard to do when the video's gone. It also makes it hard to have a discussion with all you guys when you guys don't exist. It's just me talking to myself. Though, to be fair, if anyone came across this, you guys would probably just hate me. So that's fine. Naps are nice. I also kind of represent myself as removed from... This is a good picture. This is a really good picture. I kind of emotionally identify with it too. The Trepang video. I made a couple of them, but honestly, Trepang Part 1 is the best. It's me going around with an assault rifle. It's like Fear. It's a game similar to First Encounter Assault Recon. Um, I would definitely be terrible as like a Delta member of the military or some shit. I've never been in the military. I'd be terrible at it in every way. I absolutely do not have what it takes, nor do I really want to. I sang 45 by Shinedown in that video. This is also another way of me representing myself. So, imagine. There's also a... You guys know the anime Shiki? Shared. I want to be the guy, Ultra J Man. But yeah, like I said, we won't scroll through all of my community posts because I've made, honestly, I could probably say I made 10,000 of them. And I probably wouldn't be wrong. I've made a lot. These Lucky Star edits are cool. Ooh, the Bochi Radiohead. I don't know. Do you guys see anything we're scrolling by that's, oh yeah, I want to pick up a Nanta when it comes out at some point? I don't know. It's like Anime Grand Theft Auto. That and Code, no, not Dot Hack Zero. Remember Dot Hack Sign and Dot Hack Infection. I suppose that would be the biggest issue if I ever did date somebody. Aside from the fact that I'm, extremely fucking ugly and I'm broke and I work all the time and I don't have any muscles and I tend to feel weird pains in my back and occasionally limp or, parts of my body click when I move and it hurts. And also the severe PTSD and trauma issues. But aside from that, there's also the fact that I'm just sort of generally depressed. Don't get me wrong, I'm still a hyper affectionate, lovey dovey person who, and if I had someone, I'd be wanting to be very extremely affectionate, and I'd be wanting them to be extremely affectionate. But at the same time, here is a video of me singing in German with a backdrop of a Lumi Zoldyck. But it's like, at this point, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, if I met somebody and they liked me, I'd still say yes. But I'd just sort of be like lacking any sort of energy don't get me wrong, I wouldn't reject the person based off of it, and I wouldn't break up with them or cheat on them or be mean to them, but I might, again, Nanta, that'll be cool. But at the same time, I might also just struggle with functioning through the depression. It's funny, Oh yeah, I did have a giant, big blue binder at one point of dinosaur stuff. I liked that book. It's gone. I did like playing billiards at one point in the past, but I haven't bothered going to any place with a billiards table. Heck, like it says right here, I haven't even gone swimming in a decade. I haven't gone to a pool or worn swim trunks. Here's Zealous Italian from Slayers. This is a character from Dramatical Murder. Maybe I'll return to it. I'll say this, I do like harem animes. but it's just because it has a wealth of characters for a story and art designs. In real life, one person's fine. Like here's the thing. I'll say this, I'm bisexual, but like if I had a choice between Kaoru and Asuka, I'd be okay with either one. As long as they were, kind to me and would never hurt me. But I'd be content with just one or the other. Though, I mean, if it was some sort of odd anime universe where it's like neither or both, I'd. I mean, at that point, I'm not going to say no to people in abundance. But at the same time, it's just. I don't know. I've never done anything with more than one person. I've never even dated more than one person at a time. I just. I don't know. I kind of value the bonds between me and another person. Then again, every person I've ever dated has cheated on me, so that's. I kind of have low expectations of people. Just because I kind of feel like. But at least, I can avoid being married again. That way I don't have to deal with a fucking government contract forcing me to be stuck with an adulterous, abusive psychopath, or have another child taken away from me. That's another reason not to be with anyone possessing a uterus, because at the end of the day, I don't want to have any more kids taken away from me. Don't get me wrong, I'm very, very grateful for my son. I have nothing but gratitude for the Lord for giving me a child and all that, but at the same time, never again. That, heck, the first 5 years since the divorce, I spent a couple hours a day sitting in my son's bedroom, talking to his stuffed animals. I'm better nowadays. I'm usually only in there about 15 or so minutes a day. I'll sit and read them Winnie the Pooh. I still say Ted Bear and Eisen are the same person. Here's just various. This is when I sang the song Drive by Incubus. By the way, all these videos you guys see scrolling by, I recommend you if you get the chance. You guys should watch. I think they're good. That's why I share them, because I want you to watch them. This is a video where I made Goku fight your depression. This is a silly thing. I think it makes you laugh. I'm not sure. The Gravity playlist was a little distracted. Again, I mean, judging me from my more, I don't know, Proton John, more energetic videos, I guess the main question would be, guys, do I have ADHD? Do I have autism? I mean, I've taken online quizzes and stuff, and apparently to all those things, I have like super autism. Like, I have like really high scores and like so much autism. Oh, but I don't know if I do. I have no official diagnosis. I think it might just be eccentricities and disorganized speech. This person's really hot. They have like giant tits and a giant dick. I think all of these pictures are worth noting. I don't know if it's easy or difficult for you guys to read this stuff as I scroll like this. I still want to see a collaboration video of Kirsha and Alex Jones, with them just like talking to each other, though preferably in a non-adversarial way. Sometimes I have various things that I type here that I would like you guys to read. There's even a read more option. I don't know. Then again, honestly, it'd be surprising enough as is if anyone's got the interest in, listening to this video, let alone taking the time to scroll through all this stuff and read the things I've typed. Sometimes tens of thousands of words long. Because some days I had enough that I wanted to say that it took me like 7 hours to type out the stuff. Do 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 do. Everyone's like, that's not how you do the Tetris theme. I don't care. Do 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 do. I don't know how long I'm going to keep scrolling through this until I feel that I've done enough. That being said, I have done so many posts. I am not going to sit here and scroll through every post I've ever made. That is going to take an absurd amount of time. Here's a picture of, Lunar being evil. And here's a song of me singing When You're Evil by a dude called Voltaire. This is why I talked about a dream. It's about a building full of tobacco moths. Is it odd that I would actually date Tyga Xholic? Though I also definitely know I'm not his type. I tried to do the Alucard picture at one point. voice acting. I don't do a good Alucard. Asmongold makes quite a few videos. Scratching my balls. So tired. I feel like I could fall asleep right now. That'd probably be the worst part about dating. If I did meet someone to date, it's like, okay, they deal with this person who needs naps and cuddles. I will say this, I gave up a lot of sleep in previous relationships. I refuse to do that anymore. So, even though I haven't exactly slept the best today and yesterday, I'm just saying I need to prioritize. Oh, right, here's Rev says Desu. That Rev's cool. You know what's kind of funny? I wrote all the Neckos Are Meowing for Headbat song after watching some ASMR of Darling Straub, but I didn't know that Darling Straub and Rev even knew each other at that point. Then again, to be fair, neither of them even know I exist or have ever known I exist. And at which point, even if they ever did, they'd be like, oh, that guy's weird. And then promptly forget I exist again. That's fine. I enjoy their videos. Devil Artemis is pretty funny. I want to go to sleep. So I'm just saying this. In future relationships, I'm refusing to sacrifice sleep again. I'm gonna basically be like, regardless of whatever's going on, if I need sleep, I'm going to get sleep. But again, it's kind of silly me saying that when I'm so fucking tired right now, and I'm like, let me just do one more thing. Yeah. Here's some sound.hack stuff. It's taking a while. The Overlord endings and openings are cool. alternate reality DBZ. It's by a dude called Gozar. It came out before Team 4 Star. It's more low budget and less professional, but it's cool. I like it. I like all three of the videos currently displayed. These videos are very important. I recommend all of them. Oh, it's Judgment for Helltaker and her awesome tits. All of these videos I very strongly recommend. Every night I talk to God. Oh, that is an amazing video right there. I'm gonna watch that again later. Same with this. Yeah. Every night I talk to God. I do like ice cold 7-Up. Nice if I had some. So sleepy. Yeah. Santos and Spiritus. What do you do? Every day. But yeah, I understand. It's a bit much. Like, hey guys, I would ideally like you guys to scroll through my community posts and read every single post I ever made. And I want you to click on every video I uploaded, and I want you to watch every single one of these videos. I understand, honestly. Not only is that completely unrealistic, but honestly, none of these videos probably look interesting to any of you. I mean, they're interesting to me, and I wanted to share them, and occasionally I wanted to talk about them, and like I wanted to give my opinion on it, and you guys could also share your opinion on it. And alright, that video became a My Little Pony. This is what I would cosplay if I didn't look like an eldritch horror and I wasn't fat. This is basically what I would be at a fucking anime convention. Heck, it wouldn't even be necessarily against the newer Testament cosplay, but I feel like I'd want to do more of the 2003 version just because I think it looks cooler. But then again, I wouldn't be able to do either because, one, there's no way I could ever afford the cosplay outfits. Two, and this is the big thing, no one wants to see someone in cosplay that's really ugly and horrible to look at. Then again, it'd be hard for me to have had the, I don't know, motivation to go. I don't think I've ever even been to an anime convention. But I've heard people sometimes go to those things and they smell bad, which I don't understand. I mean, I take like a minimum of 15 showers a week, sometimes 20 showers a week. I still say Kermit the Frog in a bathtub's the same thing as Vegeta standing in the rain. But it's just, I don't know. If you're gonna do something sociable, wouldn't you want to smell good and be like really clean? I mean, I understand there's sometimes I'd go places and I would smell a little bit, but that's because like it was when I was younger and didn't have a car, and you'd have to like walk like 2 or 3 miles in 90 degrees. Of course you'd sweat a little bit. You spend like an hour or so walking out in the sun. It's like you're burping quite a bit. I know. I had those pizza roll things. The plus side of the burping thing made me feel slightly. Alright, there's my autism test. It's. Alright, and I also shared a video of Kirsha taking her autism test. Wait a minute. I can actually compare our autisms. Okay, I can't read the tiny text of the autism test. Okay, so when it comes to the autisms, me and Kirsha are basically the same, except for I have a decent amount of aggression and she has like no aggression. And then whatever this blue and other green segment are, I have less than her and she has more of this middle one. But I can't read that because it's so fucking tiny. Okay, so I have more of the abnormal flat speech than Kirsha, which I mean, I guess. I mean, a lot of people say I speak very monotone, and I also have a lot more social difficulty. But Kirsha has more noise sensitivity. And but aside from that, so I have more aggression. I have a shit ton more aggression. She has like no aggression. She like is zeroed out there. But I have like a ton, and I have more of this and this than her. But she has more noise sensitivity. But this is apparently apparently depression's part of the autism spectrum, apparently. I don't know how long we're going to go with this. But yeah, good question. How much sleep does everyone get each day? How many cuddles do you get? Am I know I definitely don't get as many hugs as I need. Like, I feel like if I was in a happy relationship with somebody, I feel like, if possible, I'd want to try to get like 30 hugs a day at minimum. And, well, I don't really remember what a hug feels like. I honestly don't know if I'm ever actually going to date anyone ever again. I guess I'll probably just, I don't know, I'll just start trying to take extra naps. Yeah, this is an odd thing. Granted, it's kind of fucked up for me to say anything about looks when I'm ugly as fuck, but I mean, it's just the fact that this is a thing from the early 2000s where it was a show particularly for like they made fun of people for being horrifically ugly, and this person basically looks identical to Zendaya. So I'm not saying Zendaya is ugly. I'm just saying there was a TV show about people being horrifically ugly, and one of the people that was like well known for being extremely ugly by what was considered normal in the 2000s looks identical to Zendaya. Howdy, I'm Flowey. Flowey the flower. Your best friend. On a side note, your best friend would like, I don't know, a hug. I'm just saying if people in internet land could give me a hug in a way that wasn't creepy or dangerous, then just saying a hug would be nice. That song's cool. There's this Simone and Malcolm. They're cool. Sega. You guys remember Mr. Floppy? He's from an old TV show. My laptop is burning up, even though it's plugged into an external fan. All the internal fans don't work. But yeah. Yeah, hopefully my computer doesn't burst into flames. Ghost in the Shell's cool. Asher Lane, Robin Mora. Pokemon War Crimes. Smugalana. VTubers. Logical Dating. Oh, Markipliers. Oh, there's the refrigerators. I love refrigerators. The only thing harder than caring for a lolly is disposing of the body. Alright, the time where they had like cops posing as joggers to arrest people catcalling, people jogging. Hey, it's a musical thing that's not related to Isaac in any way. But it's called Trisagion because, you know, Isaac didn't invent that. That's an older video. I sang The Pot and Cigarro by bands Tool and System of a Down with a picture of Nagisa Shiota, Nagisa from Assassination Classroom. It's the backdrop. Ara Ara. You know, Fillion and Shondo had cool interactions. Yeah, housing market sucks. What the fuck? I want people to look at the videos. They can't type it, because at least here you guys can like type in, like you could pause it and type in the channel and the video name. But you can't do that now. The video's fucking deleted. That's dumb. You guys heard of Nux Taku? Though technically that channel's Nuxanor. I still think that's a good. Made a video once talking about that. You know, when I turn this off, I'm going to have to put my laptop. Okay. Everyone's like, because technically, most of the time when I make videos, I have the laptop sitting on top of. I mean, it's still on top of the external fan. It's just. Normally, I have the laptop on a metal folding chair, which at least allows a proper amount of air to apparently flow into there, you know. But I was just sitting on my bed next to the laptop, and now I would have the laptop on a folding chair while I'm just sitting on the edge of my bed. Yeah, I do agree with this statement here that, yeah, it just, I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever met anyone in my life that actually thought I was attractive. Granted, every person I was in a relationship told me I was attractive. Then again, every single one of them cheated on me, and they also made very clear to tell me at the end of the relationship they were lying to me. So that's not the best for your self-esteem. Like, I know back when I was trying to ask people out when I was younger, I got rejected by more women than Goku's power level. Like, there was easily over 9,000 people that. Then again, my ex-wife committed adultery quite a bit, though I didn't find out about the earlier stuff until after the divorce, which was taking place because of the main adultery that was open. But yeah, there was also about 1 year before I was officially divorced, or about like 8 months before the open adultery partner was a thing. She cheated on with someone else, which point exposed me to mono, and I hadn't really been exposed to that before. So if you get exposed to that when you're older, it's more of a big deal. So I spent 3 days in the ICU being pumped full of chemicals so I wouldn't die. meningitis, encephalitis, swelling of the brain, swelling of the spinal cord. I also got a spinal tap. My testosterone level fell off a fucking cliff after that. Granted, didn't really have major impacts of that until a few years later, so it's not like it really had much of an impact on, the ability to perform during the marriage. I will say this. Don't really get as many erections anymore. Also, my dick has shrank to only being 5 inches long. It used to be 7. Now it's 5. That's discouraging. Then again, just not like I ever really built much muscle anyway. But having a testosterone level of a 90-year-old cancer patient, basically, is not good for increasing your bench press. Just saying. It tends to affect the energy and the drive and the ability to recover from injuries. But again, that's my ex-wife's fault. But to be fair, it would have eventually happened anyway. Heck, apparently that's a thing that's affecting most people nowadays. Again, am I the only one who wants a relationship where normal every day is this? I want boring, stable, safe. Yes, I want to find them cute and find me attractive too. I want them to be doting and affectionate. I want to feel special to them. I want someone who'd never hurt me or betray me, but basically like the kind of relationship you see in this picture. Robo Warrior's a good game. I like Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo. Heck, the technical definition of marital rape applies to me. Well, actually, rape, I guess, in several ways, but whatever. It's the very end of the divorce, when that was in the process of being finalized, I didn't want to have sex with her anymore because, she was an unprotected sex getting cream pie trying to conceive a child by another man. I was understandably very disgusted by my wife that, we were filed for divorce. But she still wanted to have sex with me anyway. Despite, telling her no loudly, repeatedly, and trying to shove her away. But I at least made sure I got a condom on anyway. But, well, this remix is really cool. I'm just saying, I don't hate women or have anything against women, but I am very fucking traumatized over my psychotic, abusive, domestic violencing ex-wife. The amount of fucking verbal abuse. Heck, I just sort of eventually got used to the idea that every time I come home, I'm just gonna get yelled at and called horrible things. And only sleep like an hour because I'm the only one working, paying for everything. And I'm the one doing all the child care for the child. Then in the end, after the divorce, my son had to go live with her parents in order to protect him from her, which I know I made the right decision because had I not agreed to him being with her parents, my ex-wife was basically going to kill him. She was just going to disappear with him and my child would be gone. So my choices were he lives with them or he dies. So as any parent would choose, I wanted to do everything in my power to protect my child. Heck, it's kind of funny. Everyone criticized me. They were like that I was a helicopter father, that I was too protective. It's a good video. I'm still very grateful to God for my son. I love him very much, even though I haven't seen him in person for 2.5+ years, despite the fact that I pay child support. It's a neat song. Neater picture. The nail gun in Fear was pretty neat. Oh, and Markiplier did Nightmare House. A lot of these have cool art. But it's just... like, it sucks going through a divorce. I don't want to go through another divorce ever again. Heck, it sucks having when you have a wife and a child and you're the only one working and you go to work, and for you to have to deal with the fact that your partner is neglecting your child while you're at work. It makes you feel kind of powerless and helpless, like there's nothing you can do, and it's not like the rest of society fucking gives a fuck. It's like, oh, what's this? It's like, you're a man who's a victim of domestic violence? Well, you must have done something to deserve it. I don't know. At this point, despite the fact that I try to be all happy and cheerful and stuff, I kind of feel like you guys are probably having this reaction to me, which honestly, again, I completely understand. I'm just saying, main benefits of there's two main reasons for me to want to be in a gay relationship as opposed to a straight relationship. Reason one, I like cock and balls. Two, I don't want to ever go through another divorce. I don't want to be a legally binding contract with an abusive, psychotic, adulterous partner. Or to have society jumping down my back, blaming me for how my abuser treats me. Or to deal with someone who's going to be mistreating our child, or to have another child taken away from me, or to possibly have a child die, or to have a child be mistreated or used against me like a hostage and a weapon, or to be alienated from another child. Well, like I said, I still love my son. I always will. Heck, I'll be at Walmart and I'll see a random kid talking to their parent or a baby crying. I don't react out loud. I just continue looking at what I was looking at the shelf at Walmart, whether it's like a can of Spam or something, but on the inside, I just want to drop to my knees. I want to start screaming. I want to start picking things off the shelf and just... it's just... but I don't. I'm just saying. The question is, at what point does it stop bothering you? And the answer is, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It never stops fucking hurting. And it never will. But I'll try not to bring it up anymore, because, well, I've talked about enough to annoy all of you guys. So, you should try not to be annoying. I'm just saying, my family's gone. I lost my family. I miss my son. I'm very angry and sad about that. And, alright, the Thanksgiving Day to message dads who are alienated from their children. I'm just saying, between that and the fact that my ex-wife was, psychotic and abusive and adulterous, I'm just saying I don't want to go through that again. And at least if I'm in a gay relationship, I'm not going to be, married to the person. I don't have to deal with a legal contract with the government. I won't have more children taken away from me. I don't need to worry about going to a courthouse and getting permission from the government to break up with an abusive partner. If I'm with someone and they now, granted, it's not like I'd be breaking up with a person over no fucking good reason. But I will say this: if I'm with somebody and they cheat on me, or they commit domestic violence against me, I can just break up with them and cut off all contact, as opposed to like, well, you're in a legally binding contract with the government with them, with the marriage contract, so you have to deal with that before you can stop being legally bound and possibly bound by, because if you have children, that's like the most precious thing in the whole universe. Like, I still feel like the day my son was born was the happiest day of my life. I still remember clearly holding him, and of course, I was the primary person to take care of him. I was changing his diapers, I was feeding him, I was playing with him, I read him books every day, I told him, I love you like 100 times a day. I'd give him at least like 70 hugs every day. And I really wanted to be the best dad in the world for him. Don't get me wrong, I still love him. I'll still be there for him if he ever wants to see or talk to me, but for the most part, I'm alienated from my son, and I'm pretty sure he's been taught to hate me or think bad things about me. Which, I mean, yeah, it sucks. It makes me sad, but, in regards to everything, my feelings about stuff are just kind of petty and not important. After all, what matters most is he's alive, he's safe, he's happy, he's healthy, he's well taken care of. Yes, it makes me upset that I'm alienated from him. I feel sad and angry and I miss him. And I feel very, very upset. And I will never stop feeling upset, even though I will try my absolute best not to talk about it anymore to any of you or anyone else. I'll stop bothering people, if that. It's just, despite all that, I'm still grateful to God for everything. Like I said, I don't blame God for anything. Of course, I'm angry and sad about stuff, but I don't blame God for 1 second on any of that. I have nothing but gratitude and thanks to Jesus. I am sad and angry, but I don't blame him. I don't blame God. God has nothing but my thanks. So, I think we scrolled enough. There's probably another like 20,000 community posts. I really did post a lot in some of these, I really did. Like, I would type so much that I would have to cut and copy and paste out of the main post and then try to put it in the comments, and it would still say that's too long. But I mean, it is not an exaggeration to say that there's probably some community posts where, like, just in a single post, I probably typed like a 30,000 plus word essay. Hey, look, guys, it's Hanyu. Higurashi when they cry. The story about how everyone dies if you anger the lolly god. 1. Oxytocin is the closest thing to a cure to Hinamizawa syndrome that doesn't actually kill the Hinamizawa ant, the brainworms, but put them back into symbiosis. 2. If you leave Hinamizawa, the brainworms that can live in harmony with you and in fact make you healthier, as long as you don't get too agitated, can in fact be agitated by leaving Hinamizawa. Reason being twofold. A. You reach saturation of brainworms in the village, and the symbiotic ones and you eat the post-saturation ones you are further exposed to by maintaining homeostasis. But if you take those surplus invaders away, they start to starve, and they start eating brain tissue and reproducing in a hyperstate, which is self-feeding death cycle for you and the host. For you, the host. B. The worms have a queen inside the bloodline of Fruidae family that has a calming effect for all infected. 3. Excessive stress or fear or anxiety will agitate them. Technically, a complete lack of any stimulus will also agitate them. So some anxiety in small doses is not bad, but anything that will make you feel like you will have a mental breakdown will also not emotionally well for the bugs in your brain, which will then freak out, causing more neurotransmitter problems, inducing extreme paranoia and fear and aggression, as well as hallucinations. Again, self-feeding loop that will kill you if you don't manage it. 4. The aforementioned lolly. This lolly is Oyoshiro-sama, the god of Hinamizuwa, and its guardian deity, though she goes by Hanyu to her friends, and is thousands of years old, and was once a rather tall, busty woman over 1,000 years ago. She has supernatural powers, and is also a combination of space alien and super ghost. Yes, super ghost is a thing. She is psychically linked to the brainworms as their ego. The queen parasite symbiote is within Rika Fruidae, and while she is technically an immortal ghost, her ability to actually interact with the world is linked to the queen bug in Rika. Without it, all the infected would develop severe L5 condition, so think of Rika as a conduit and the bugs in everyone's head as her mana pool. Obviously, as mentioned above, in individual carriers or the bugs in their heads go through trauma, that is bad. Also, if Rika dies, that is very bad for everyone. But also remember, Hanyu is also as Sigmund Freud put it, the ego of the collective hive mind of the horned ones, aka the Hinamizawa ant, aka N-173 blood pathogen, aka brainworms. She is real, she has actual emotions. She can be angry or sad or have severe emotional trauma PTSD of her own, as she is as much of a person as you and I. So if she becomes too emotionally unstable, it has a disastrous effect on everyone else down the chain, because after all, she is the top, the lollykami. And like I said, there's like another 20,000 posts, but that's up to you guys to scroll through. We've made a long enough video. It's about 2 hours. So this sums up Lunar Topography. Lunar Discography will be scrolling through all of the videos that 4,300 videos. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Bye.